All right, so we're diving into some pretty interesting stuff today.
Yeah, should be fun.
Trump's visit to the New York Stock Exchange right after winning his second term.
Interesting.
We've got this news article that really captures the whole scene. Like, it's packed with details, quotes, all that.
Oh, cool.
And we're going to, break it down and figure out what it all means for the markets.
Yeah, that's the mission, right?
Exactly.
I mean, you've got a president ringing the opening bell just days after re-election. That's got to send a message.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The article talks about this whole, celebratory atmosphere, Trump ringing that bell, cheers, people chanting USA.
Sounds like quite a scene.
It is kind of like a victory lap,
Totally. And they say there were a ton of big names there, too.
Oh, yeah, like who?
Melania Trump,
Yeah.
Ivanka, Tiffany Trump.
Wow, the whole family.
Yeah, then J.D. Vance, Lynn Martin.
So, political figures, too.
And a bunch of business leaders, too. David Solomon from Goldman Sachs, Jane Fraser from Citigroup, Hans Vesper from Verizon, even Brian Cornell from Target.
So basically everyone who's anyone.
Pretty much. It definitely shows how the business world feels about another Trump term.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about Trump himself? What's he saying about the future of the markets?
Well, the article says he's being cautiously optimistic.
What does this even mean?
Like, he knows the market can be unpredictable.
Right, always ups and downs.
Exactly. But overall, he's bullish about the long term.
So he thinks things are going to go up.
Yeah, he even hinted at more tax cuts, which could boost the market.
Interesting. So what's he telling investors to do?
He said to expect very good days ahead, but not to go all in.
Don't go all in. It's kind of surprising coming from him, isn't it?
It is a bit. He's usually all about going big.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to manage expectations a little bit.
Could be. Or maybe he's trying to appeal to a wider range of investors. Not everyone's comfortable with tons of risk.
Right, some people want slower, steadier growth.
Exactly. So this more measured approach might resonate with them.
Makes sense.
It's like a reminder to diversify your portfolio.
Yeah.
Don't
put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly. Spread the risk.
Good advice. Okay, so the article also talks about Bill Ackman.
Ah, yes, the hedge fund guy.
Yeah, he's been a big Trump supporter.
Huge. He was right there with Trump for the bell ringing.
And what's his take on all this?
Well, Ackman's convinced that a strong market under Trump benefits everyone.
Like trickle-down economics?
Yeah, kinda. He believes that businesses doing well leads to stock market growth, which then leads to higher wages and more jobs.
Okay, but that theory's not without its critics.
Right. Some people say those benefits don't always reach everyone equally.
It's a complex issue for sure.
Totally. And it's important to remember that as an investor.
You got to look beyond just the overall market trends.
Exactly. You have to think about how specific policies might affect your own finances.
Okay, so let's go back to Trump's first term.
All right.
The S&P 500 jumped almost 68% during those years.
That's a huge increase.
It hit record highs.
Yeah, those are some good times for the market.
And the article says that growth was partly due to Trump's corporate tax cuts and those low interest rates back then.
Makes sense. But the question is, can he do it again?
Yeah, things are different now.
For sure. The global landscape has shifted. We've got new challenges like inflation and rising interest rates.
A whole new ballgame.
Totally.
Yeah.
So we can't just assume history will repeat itself.
Right. Got to look at the current situation and what policies are coming down the pipeline.
Exactly. Okay, so another interesting thing the article points out is that a bunch of Trump's cabinet nominees and allies were at the NYSE that day.
Oh, yeah, like who?
Well, there was Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Scott Bessent, Doug Burgum, Ben Carson.
Wow, that's quite a list.
Yeah, it goes on. Kelly Loeffler, Pam Bondi, Elise Stefanik, Lee Zeldin.
So what does that tell us?
Well, it makes you wonder what kind of economic team he's putting together.
And what direction they might take things in.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
something to keep an eye on.
So I guess the big takeaway here is that we're in for an interesting ride.
Oh, definitely. It's going to be a wild one.
And no one can predict the future with certainty.
Nope. Too many factors at play.
Like global events, technology, and just plain old human behavior.
All unpredictable.
So what's your advice for investors then?
Stay informed, stay cautious, but most importantly, stay curious.
That's great advice, thanks.
You got it.
So that's our deep dive into Trump's NYSE visit. Hope you found it insightful.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Until next time.
See ya.